Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby. I'm David Thetford, and Gary is here. He went to get his headset, and now he's back. But we're here, last Saturday of the 2024, and here we are.
And you know what next Saturday is?
First Saturday of 2025.
Absolutely.
Yep.
No, it is that.
Yeah.
It is our anniversary in Midland, Texas.
In Midland, Odessa, the Permian Basin.
You know how many?
I
don't either.
I don't need a bunch.
I'm going to guess 10.
I would guess
That'd
10.
be a big one. We need to look into that.
Yeah.
But
we're proud to be on in the Permian Basin, I can tell you. We love it.
Yeah.
We love the folks down there and lots of great Red Raiders down there.
Or there were.
Yeah. You think they quit us?
Now I'd like to think they didn't. Well, not one of our shining moments.
No.
You know, we're not going to play that shining moment song this morning.
One shining moment.
Yeah, it wasn't. Well, there might have been one shining moment.
We had some good moments.
Oh, yeah,
We
without
did.
a doubt.
But they had more shining moments than we did. They had big plays. My gosh.
Yeah, they gave the appearance of being really fast.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they were or not, but they sure gave the appearance of being
Maybe we were just
faster
slow.
than us.
We were just, I don't know. We couldn't, I don't know. It was.
Well, hey, we had some big plays. There were just some big plays.
Yeah. It was a fun game for fans just to watch if you were an Arkansas fan or you were didn't care.
Yeah.
If you're a Red Raider fan, it wasn't that fun.
You know, one of my takeaways from last night is, and the reason there's more tech stuff than usual up here is because I want everybody to be sure to know. Well, there goes the TNA cap. But we are 100% Texas Tech people.
100, and we're not getting off the boat either. We're staying on the
No,
boat.
that's right. We may even start paddling harder.
I know it.
Because one of or a couple of my takeaways last night is if Taj Brooks isn't going to play, and maybe everybody knew it except for us, but just say it. I mean, just say it. Don't.
Yeah.
And I've got a feeling that the team had to know. Don't you think?
Oh, yeah, they knew.
Yeah, because what's the deal with the secret? Just say, hey, I'm not playing. My personal deal is more important than the team's deal.
Yeah.
And Taj gave us everything he had for as long as he gave us everything he had right up till he didn't.
He's not a quitter, though.
And then he just didn't. And I understand nowadays that that's just the way people are, and it's acceptable. But it doesn't sit well with me.
No, I mean, and we had
that's your team.
We had a few guys out. What it does, it is your team, and that's the key thing of the whole deal. Is we put ourselves in. We got guys playing that hadn't played all year. I mean, they played very little. Like Plunk from Tascosa, he's a great football player in his day, but he played a lot, almost the whole second half in the secondary.
Yeah.
Well, he hadn't been playing all year.
So my deal is, I just think you play.
Yeah.
And I know the Colorado kids that are playing, Shadir and the Heisman
Travis
Trophy,
Hunter,
whatever the Heisman Trophy winner's name is.
Yeah.
I know that they got a lot of insurance if they do get hurt. Well, just do that for all these kids. If you're afraid you're going to get hurt playing football, quit playing football. Don't play football. You might get hurt.
Find some other sport.
So anyway, and I know people are going to say, well, there's so much money at stake, and there is, but so is your team and all that. And I think you show a lot if you're a player. I think you show the NFL folks a lot that, hey,
I'm a team
guy.
Yeah.
This is my team, and by golly, I'm here. Let's go get them. All right, my other takeaway from it last night is our freshman quarterback was a freshman quarterback with very little playing time. And I think if Barron plays, we win that game just because he's got more hair on his belly. But this kid got some hair on his belly last night, and that's gonna help in the future. Now, another thing that I think comes out of last night is those people that thought that he was the second coming of the quarterbacks are going, okay, he's a freshman. He needs some experience. He needs to get some work, and I don't think there'll be near the quarterback controversy next fall.
Yeah, I agree.
As there would be if he had a good game, because he didn't have a good game.
No,
he had a game, but I don't think you'd go, oh my gosh, what a.
But he's got some skills. He does.
Lord, yeah,
he's got some skills.
And I'm looking forward to his to when he's our guy, and he's going to be our guy at some point in the future.
Their quarterback was really good
and tall
and run and fast and had great moves for a 6'6" guy. He was like. Shaking and baking.
That was the difference in the game is the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
We had a freshman with hardly any playing time, and they had a guy that I'm assuming's got some hair on his belly.
Well, he does.
I didn't listen to the.
Well, I didn't see his belly at all. But
did you not? Okay.
It's a. I think he probably does.
It's a guesstimate.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that he.
Why don't you check it out in between next week
guessing
and
that
see
he
if you
got
can find out for sure.
All right.
But he was really talented guy. His running abilities would just kill us. Of course, when he had time, and we put some pressure on. I was proud of us. We put some pressure on. But the problem was he could run really good. It was hard to catch. Yeah, it was hard to catch.
Several of them that can. And you know what I'm wondering because our guy ran a couple of times.
Yeah.
With Hammond.
Yeah.
He ran a couple of times, and you're going, "Oh, please don't get hurt," because I have no earthly idea.
Would you see him out there blocking?
Who's going to quarterback if you get hurt?
You see him? He'd make the pitch, and he'd run up there. He'd just be blocking like everything.
Half the time, it was like, isn't that our quarterback running right beside our running back, or in front of our running back?
Well, you got to like
really
it.
Peculiar.
He's aggressive. I'll give him that.
No, without a doubt. But I was sitting there going, I don't know who we got if you get hurt. I'm assuming it's Conyers or.
Yeah, I guess Conyers.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm
so sorry that we didn't win, but it would have been really fun to have won that game.
Oh, it certainly doesn't change my love for the Red Raiders. It's just in bowl season, flip a coin because which team has players that will play, and when they do play, how much are they going to give? How much effort? And so it's just a crapshoot on these bowl games.
I noticed you brought a Magic 8. Did you bring a Magic 8 ball?
I did not.
That was here already?
Here, yeah.
Well, you noticed my Raider Red's not here. I was getting him out of the car just a minute ago.
Did you leave him here last year?
No, I put my briefcase up against, and when I picked him up, his leg fell off again. So I'm going to have to.
You could have propped him up. Prop a boy up. Said Chris Rockdale, prop a fella up.
Yeah. Well, it would have been awkward. It might have been fitting after the game.
I was about to say it's symbolic.
Yeah, his leg fell off again. It's broken several times, and I fixed it, and I can fix it again.
But last night's loss does not deter my love for Joey, for the program, for all that. Big B, you did the post game, didn't?
I was in this room for the post game.
Hang on, B.
How'd the people do? Did they call in and they were supportive of Texas Tech, or were they mad?
You know what? We had a lot of fans who were disappointed on the chat line, but we didn't have anyone really call in for our post-game show, which was really surprising, but I think a lot of fans were voicing a lot of frustrations, specifically with the coaching aspect from last night's game.
Well, and we didn't even mention that, but we don't have a defensive coordinator, we don't have an offensive coordinator, and we got the guys that had been here.
Well, and sometimes you call a really good play, and your players are not such that can run make it look like a really good play.
Yeah.
Sometimes really good plays that are called don't come across as really good plays when they're executed.
We're not blaming any coaches. It's just the turmoil of what's been going on lately with the changes in coaches and the players not playing. There were a lot of factors, and Arkansas was dealing with some of the same stuff. They had some players that didn't play in the ball game, but they had some.
Everybody does except for the
playoff guys. And
that would really suck. If you're in the playoffs,
I'm not playing.
Nope. Sorry, guys.
I got the NFL draft coming up.
But I will say this: you think all those guys, just opting out. Let's put a nice term on it. Opting out.
Yeah.
That's better than quitting. Mm-hmm. They opt out. I think the bowl season's been very entertaining.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what helps it: betting.
No, it
Find
does.
yourself a friend.
Get you a bookie.
No. and don't bet anything that you wouldn't just throw out the window. You know, that you couldn't just. And find yourself somebody and bet, because it makes it so much fun. Joe B and I, for 33 years, have been doing this, and we bet $10 a game. $10 a game. And by the end of the year, one of us might owe the other one $30.
Yeah.
You know, something like that.
How's it going this year?
Every game is interesting. And I taped the USC game last night, the end of it, because I was tired. So I went to bed at about 2:30 this morning. I got up. I'm not going to tell you why I get up, but I get up sometimes at 2:30 in the morning. And I got up at 2:30 in the morning. And when I got through doing whatever it is I do at 2:30 in the morning, I came and flipped it on, and I whipped through it. And it was an interesting, good game. But let me tell you what, if you're betting somebody $10, $5, lunch, whatever it is, it's a lot more fun. And it turned out.
Who'd you have?
For the bettors, it turned out to be a heck of an interesting game.
Who'd you have?
I had USC with Joe.
How much? I mean, not how much, but what was the spread?
3, I think. I had 3, USC and 3.
So you just won.
So I was going to lose.
Yeah.
Until I
didn't USC look horrible at the start of that? You didn't watch the start really.
Yeah, I watched the start.
They looked horrible.
Yeah.
They really did. I thought, my gosh, no wonder they had such a horrible year. And here they come.
Well, they didn't have a horrible year. It just turned out that their record wasn't good. They lost to good teams. They lost so many 3-point games.
They had a great year. They were 6-6.
But they're not getting whooped. You know, they're playing. I mean,
for USC, call a USC fan and ask them how their year went.
Well, all right. You think USC's just this great juggernaut of a program? I don't think the last 10 years you think, oh yeah, USC. I think. But
their history and tradition is proud.
They do have a proud tradition,
and they have won big time.
But what they really like is when they get beat to not get beat bad.
They're just trying for that.
They can keep their heads held high because they.
That's Lincoln Riley in the locker room.
I'd have to look at their game. Yeah, I'd have to look at their schedule. But I mean, I bet they lost 5 games by less than a touchdown.
Yeah,
I mean, like way less than a touchdown.
I heard Lincoln say it before the game. Let's just try not to get bleed bad.
If only we can
just stay close, guys. That's what he told them.
Well, if he was betting, that's all he'd have to do because he got 3 points.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming he didn't bet on the game.
Were you glad they beat A&M? Or were you pulling for A&M?
Absolutely glad they beat A&M. And you Aggies out there, I'm sorry. If you play UT, I will pull for you.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Yeah.
Or Iran.
Yeah, one of these other countries that we don't have good relations with.
For you. Maybe.
Well, you asked me a question about Joe B.
Well, I don't know what the totals are. You were killing him early. I mean, you were just swamping him, beating him so bad.
It's similar. It's similar to that now, but but what you do is you don't talk about it or brag about it because as soon as you do, it turns. But right now, he's sort of like USC. He's playing well. He's just down 14-6.
Oh my gosh!
14 games to 6.
How many games you got left?
A bunch.
I know there are a bunch.
There's a whole bunch of those games. I don't know how many we got left, but a bunch. Oh, speaking of that, David won the regular season of our pick'em, but he's struggling a little bit in the postseason. But we got some more we'll pick later.
All right.
We'll pick several of them because we got a 3-hour show, and I'm not going to talk about that bowl game for 3 hours.
I'm about through already.
Not going to happen. So.
Well, last week we had Cody Campbell.
Yeah.
And he did an awesome job.
And I will say this, you folks that didn't hear Cody, go to the website, Double T 97.3.
It's got a new name now, DoubleTSportsNetwork.com, but
it's longer.
DoubleTSportsNetwork.com. Then they go down there, scroll down, and find our show, right? They can click on it.
Yes, they can go to On Demand and then click Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby and find the interview with Cody Campbell.
All right.
I'm going to make this even simpler. We're going to talk to Brad and Jamie and all the guys and just see if we can change it to TT, Double T. What's the other rest of it?
Sports Network.
TTSN.com.
Okay. Don't try that. It won't work.
Well, you can try it.
Right now. And that will never happen.
Don't tell what you'll come up with.
Yeah.
I might probably get something. In a second.
And then we had our wives on the show and our annual Christmas show.
Yeah.
And they did a great job.
And even if they hadn't, we'd say that they did.
Yep.
Because we love them
and
dearly.
Maybe they didn't.
And they're just as pretty as they can be.
They did good. We always get lots of comments like, boy, that really helped your show. That was so much better with them and them on the show. And I'm like,
we thought about, and then we thought differently, but we thought about when they got settled in, it's just to get up and
walk out
and just see how they'd
just
handle
leave it to them.
But I got a feeling they'd have done just fine.
They would have,
without a doubt. But anyway, we enjoy our Christmas. We may start having some grandkids. Our favorite grandkid each year.
Yeah.
Grandkid of the year. That's what we'll start doing. Grandkid of the year gets to come be on the show.
We're going to try to get the other ones to try harder to be grandkid of the year.
Well, and we could bring them up here and let them sit and see how great it is to be grandkid of the year.
How important you are.
And then have them really work during the course of the year.
To try to do better.
There you have it.
All right. Well, the Caprock basketball tournament, Caprock Classic, is going. It started the day after Christmas, which I needed a day. I needed a day in between. But we couldn't because it can't play on Sunday. And we had to play Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And it finishes up today. And Matt White is going to be with us on the show. He's the tournament director, and he's going to be on the show. Well, he's going to be on the phone.
And let me tell you what, tournament director of this tournament.
Oh, my gosh. 100 teams.
100, biggest in the country, isn't it?
Yeah.
As far as we know.
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Who else is going to bite that off?
It's a lot of work.
Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Hey, quarter four. I did a lot of shopping at quarter four, and everybody was really happy. We tried to get 2 pair of the new Adidas shoes for kids, and I only had 1, and you can't believe the disappointment because those were Patrick Mahomes shoes. They had Patrick's name on them, on the tongue of the. Anyway, we got to work on that. We'll get some more because they wanted them.
Because they wanted them,
and they get what they want.
Were you ever that way growing up?
No, I don't. Well,
of course, they didn't have stuff like that. I don't guess.
Yeah, we didn't. It wasn't. But don't get me wrong. I had great Christmases as a kid. Great Christmases. In fact, it was kind of embarrassing how great it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had great Christmases.
We had. Well, it depends on what you mean by great Christmas.
Lots of stuff.
Yeah, as far as gifts, we didn't.
We had lots of stuff.
Now then, once I married into the family of which I'm still married into.
They were like that.
They had great Christmases. I know. I wasn't used to that.
Yeah. I've been fortunate. But anyway, we still having great Christmases, and the kids love it, and it's a lot of fun. But anyway, I did a lot of shopping at quarter four, and it's just shop for everybody. I mean, they got stuff for everybody, and what a beautiful store. Brad White and his crew, and they did the shoes for the kids, 400-something kids, and everybody got new shoes at the children's home and the boys and girls ranch or whatever.
You just gotta like people that do stuff like that for the community,
that help out.
And Cardinals and quarter four. The Cardinals and Brad have been doing that for years and years and years.
They have been.
All right, here's a long text, so y'all get comfortable. All right, ready? Gary, driving back from Memphis now, this is probably the last time I invest in a non-playoff postseason game. I spent too much in tickets, hotel, gas, food, and pregame for something to watch a it says 5, and I'm sure it's not supposed to be 5. What do you think it should be?
What?
It says, and pregame for 5 to watch a depleted roster.
For 5 of his family, probably.
Oh, for 5. Okay, 5 of us. To watch a depleted roster with a bunch of opt-outs. Tech asked me to invest in them, and I do through Red Raider Club and Matador Club, season and postseason tickets. And I do all that with little to no payoff. I'll get back to that part because I think you do have payoff. Super disappointed in Taj, Lutz, and others who opted out. Maybe more fans should opt out too. And I'm going to say No, fans shouldn't opt out, but I understand your frustration.
I understand his point.
And David and I are from the old school where you play.
You play.
You play. Now, if you got to get insurance, that's fine. Get some insurance. But anyway.
You play.
You play.
You compete. I don't get it.
All right, let's see. I do it. No payoff. The no payoff part. I think the payoff is being part of the community, part of the Red Raider family, Red Raider Nation, whatever we're going to call it this year. But the gang, part of the gang, and part of being a Red Raider is not you're going to win every sport every year. Part of the Red Raider is the struggle, is trying to do more with less. And that's what I talked about earlier in the show. I'm looking forward to next football season when we're doing more with more.
Yeah.
We're finally going to be one of the ones with more. But we've been battling. We're going to have Ronnie Matson in here in a little while. And you want to hear about doing with less? We'll talk about our old days playing baseball out here, riding in vans where other teams are flying and stuff like that. It goes back 70, 80 years that Tech's been trying to do the same with less. And so anyway, but as far as opting out, I'd say opt in. We need you now more probably than ever.
Well, the point is we shouldn't opt out, nor should the players opt out. That's the point.
Yeah.
I mean, in other words, what if our fans were just to start saying, well, we're just not going to go anymore?
Or not. I'm not going to let you know till right before the game. Of course, I guess we do that. But it's on the weather.
They don't want the fans to opt out.
Yeah.
You know, and we don't want to opt out. And I don't want our fans to opt out. But it's, there's a point to be made there about opting out.
Big B, you're young. We're old, and we're set in our ways, and we just think you're part of a team you play. But you're young. You've got that new mind that thinks new thoughts. What do you think about What do you think about?
He's from Post. He's down home good American. He knows what to do.
All right, young mind, tell us.
I think there's a balance. I know if you have NFL aspirations, you do have to weigh, what do I get out of playing this bowl game? But I feel for someone like Taj Brooks, who's already poured so much into the program, there's that feeling that there's still some left on the table, but he did everything he could. He set all-time rushing record.
Or did he? Byron Hanspard didn't get to count his bowl games. Now, I will say this about Hanspard. He showed up for the bowl, but one bowl, he might as well not have showed up. You remember that?
Yep.
He didn't give it his – he showed up, but he didn't show up. But Byron Hanspard, to me, is the all-time leading rusher because he has the most yards rushing in a Texas Tech uniform. Do you have a thought on that, David?
I think you got to look at the number of carries and the average yards per game, and he is the all-time best. He didn't have as many years as Taj did. It just doesn't seem fair. I played 5 years. How many did you play? 3?
And I had 200 more carries than you.
I know it.
But
it just doesn't seem that you're not apples to apples.
Well, and I get to count my bowl games, the ones I showed up for.
And you didn't
I get to count those. And you don't get to count your bowl games. I mean, it's a silly deal. But anyway, once again, I love Taj. I appreciate him coming back. I know he came back for the money, but he came back and he gave us his all.
He was great
right up till when he didn't.
When he didn't.
Yeah.
And I saw Big B talking about Brennan. There was a game that he played, his final high school game, and that big running back came around the corner. See him right then, you could have opted out.
He could have opted out and said,
said, I'm out.
I'm not doing it.
Now that I look back on it, I probably should have been like, someone else can go get that big boy.
That was one huge running back.
All right, tell folks what we're talking about, because the three of us know.
State championship game, and B's out there on the corner. And what did he weigh, 230? He was huge. And what do you weigh, B?
I bet you're 140.
I was probably 130 soaking wet.
Yeah.
And I'm telling
that time,
he got trucked.
And that running back was 6 foot 260.
260?
Really a fullback, but still.
God.
He's getting a lot of snaps.
He was good.
and now he's playing, I think, defensive end at Texas A&M Kingsville.
Yeah, how about that?
Oh, shoot.
But
B didn't opt out.
He didn't. He stuck his nose in there and got it broken. I mean, that was something else. Well, speaking of Texas A&M Kingsville, Scott Parr is the new head football coach. Plainview native Scott Parr, Seth's brother, is now the new head football coach. He's been the offensive coordinator for Louisiana Tech and Sonny Cumbie. Now he's the new head football coach there. And congratulations to the Parr family and Scott Parr individually, and proud of him. He's a good coach. That whole family's a good coach.
You
good
bet.
Coaches.
It's a family of coaches. All right, Texter says Brooks was in it for him the whole time. He was not going to get drafted last year, and Tech was the only option. He will not be drafted. This is a texter, not me. He will not be drafted this year either. He will be a practice squad at best. Joey should not have let anyone on the bus if they were not going if they were in the portal and were not going to play. Yeah, and then it capital period.
Yeah,
a little exclamation period. So I can see both sides of that, and Joey's just a good person. He's a good person, and you're part of the team, and you helped get us there. But for goodness sakes, let us know if you're not going to play before you get on the bus. So anyway, and I don't know if Brooks will or won't get drafted. I think if he'd have showed up last night and played the way he can play, I think it would have helped his. I think it
the national audience.
I think it would have helped him and not hurt him, and take out some insurance and get out there.
Yeah,
that's just
for me. Taj Brooks is not the guy that gets hurt. He's the guy that hurts people. He's one of those running backs that he's just almost indestructible the way he runs with the football. He's tough and strong and well put together. In fact, most of the people that get hurt are the people trying to tackle him.
Yeah, I think what's going to hurt him in the NFL is, and this is every time you go up a level in sports, guys get bigger, faster, stronger. So I think he'd have trouble in the NFL.
Yeah, but he can catch the ball. Be wrong. He can catch the ball out of the backfield, which is important.
He can catch. He will block.
He will do all that.
If he doesn't opt out, he will block.
Yeah.
If he doesn't opt out, he will catch. He will run.
You can't opt out during the game, can you?
Let's see. Here's a texter said, there's going to have to be, I think I like this text. Let me read it and I'll look back on it and see if I like it, but I think I do. There's going to have to be a payoff to play for bowls, and the portal needs to stay closed until after the playoff completes or until the semifinal game. I think I could go with that. Let the portal.
Yeah, I could. I'm for that. I really wish we could think of something to make the bowl games where players would want to play in them. I don't know. The only way, well, that's not really wanting to.
That's I will.
That's I will.
For the right price, I will play.
But I just wish, maybe we need some playoff system like the NFL, with there's 32 teams and how many are making the playoffs, a bunch of them. But,
I don't know.
Get more people involved. The playoffs makes you play. Everybody's playing. And we can't have 64-team football playoffs.
You say we're getting to the end of the NFL season, and there's some teams that aren't playing because they want to have a higher draft choice and all that. They don't mind losing.
They're just losing. What kind of attitude is that?
I never was strung that way. And maybe I should have been strung a little more that way, but I never was strung that way at all. And people say, well, there's too many bowl games. I don't think hey, I've always been one of those guys that, if they have a bowl game to reward these players and those players go and have a great time, I'm for it. Now, I do think if you're going to go to a bowl game, you try and you try to win and you play.
Like Navy. Navy tried.
Didn't they? See,
they were about 14-0 when we were at lunch at All American.
Oh, it was over. They were going to get steamrolled.
Yeah. And Ronnie Madsen said, hey, it ain't over.
It ain't over because that's our military.
They don't quit.
One thing about our military is they won't quit, and I don't think they had a player opt out.
No. Well,
it's hard not to pull for Army and Navy. And
if we get to the point where our military teams are quitting,
that's not good.
We're in trouble.
That's not good at all.
We may be anyway, but
Let's see.
They gave great effort, came back and beat Oklahoma. Would you have gone for 2 at the end of the game?
No. If I felt like I had a better team, and I think they had a better team, I think you don't put it on one play. Let's play some more because we're better than you.
Yeah.
Now then, you can't play very long like that because you get down into the 2-point deal anyway.
Yeah.
It's not long till you get into the 2-point. But no, if I'm a better team, I'll go overtime, and then I'm going to beat you in overtime.
They were better early, and then Navy was better late. They were better.
Well, you might have been saying, hey,
we can't beat them.
Let's see if we can score and get the heck out of here.
I know it.
These guys won't quit.
I know it. I was proud of Navy.
Oh, without a doubt. That's one of the highlights, and I don't have a list of highlights, but that would be one of my highlights is Navy coming back. And then, of course, Army's favored to win. Army got sort of a bad draw. And even if they'd played Marshall, it's still a bad draw because Army can play with good teams.
They're 15.5-point favorite over Louisiana Tech.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
And that's Sonny. Sonny's
I know it.
Sonny's got his team in there. Let's see.
They're 5-7, Louisiana Tech. How'd they get in?
Okay, I told you I'd read texts, and here I go. Another texter says, or chatter. Are they chatters or texters? What do we call them?
You can call them texters.
Texters. All right, texters. All right, this texter says, I'm disappointed that we have not developed sufficient depth over the past 3 years. Seemed like we should have more game-ready players in the system. I think that's fair.
That's fair. We got them now. In fact, I don't know. There's going to be a whole bunch of people don't get to play for us next year because we got too many players. It's unbelievable how many people we've got.
Yeah, and I haven't seen the ones that are leaving, but they're going to have to show a lot of them the door.
Yeah. And
they're going to be people that Joey's such a good guy, and he gets to know people.
Yeah.
That's going to be hard on a coach that cares for these people, but you got to say, hey,
see you later.
You got to go. See, right over there's the door.
I think we'll have depth to the texture. We got depth coming next year. And I didn't even think about the USC running back. Our 2 guys last night were so good at running back. We got the USC running back coming to Tech, and he's a tremendous talent.
Yeah. And then I always look at it, okay, what's the backstory of why is this kid coming? And, hopefully they've checked the attitudes. And Cody last week on the show said they've really done research on the attitudes because it's going to be pretty important now more than ever that you get kids with the proper team attitude because you're making $1 million, I'm making $25,000, but we still need to pull on the rope, and you don't need to be Don't be looking down your nose at me. Don't be pompous. All right, if Arkansas would have played half of their team, they would have had 5 more interceptions. They jumped the routes they just couldn't catch. All right. Big B, a texter says, Big B wants a remote control to opt out right before that play.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah, I wish I could have hit the rewind button on that, but someone's got to go after him.
Yep. That's what I've signed up for. All right. Let's see. His texter says Brooks should not have the record. And then this texter says Taj doesn't play defense. Okay.
Well,
and then I don't understand this one. It says touch grass.
Touch grass.
It's in response to another text.
Okay.
So
we'll be right back with more sports talk with Thetford and Ashby.
Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
McGavick Nissan and Infinity of Lubbock out on Spur 327 in Milwaukee is where you'll find both dealerships. And I'm telling you, Brent McGavick is doing a fantastic job. Some great year-end deals, y'all. You need to get out there. They're turning cars, and you see them all over Lubbock with Nissan on them and Infinity on them, and they're doing a fantastic job at McGavick Nissan.
And if you haven't noticed, year-end is coming up pretty darn quick.
Soon.
It is
soon.
So get out there and get you a year-end special.
And they're great cars as well. Also, RC Taylor Distributing Company, and they deliver convenience store type items, grocery store items, 125 to 150 miles around Lubbock, and they'll bring it to you, y'all. You don't have to come shop and load it up. They'll bring it right to your door.
I think you added 25 miles to
I did.
it.
Well, I asked him if I could.
Okay.
They said go ahead.
Say sure, we'll go that extra 25.
But I asked him, I said, if they had a big order of 25.
Ask for the TNA special,
they
which
will
is
go.
25 extra miles.
They'll go. But all around Lubbock, they'll help you. In Lubbock, certainly as well. That's RC Taylor Distributing Company. They go the extra mile. They don't opt out.
They go the extra 25 miles for you.
They're not opting out.
All right, y'all ready to get your learn on? All right, here we go. Well, first of all, Gus sent us that the USC running back is a Texan. He's from Taj's high school.
He played same high school as Taj. That's amazing.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, now then, we're going to learn something here. When I just read the text, it's touch grass, but it was in response to the text about Brooks was in it for him the whole time. He was not going to get drafted. Okay, so it was a long text, and it was, pretty, well, I guess, derogatory toward Taj and his, not playing and stuff like that. Touch grass, apparently, according to Gus's baby daughter, Savannah, 24-year-old youngster, says touch grass means calm down or humble yourself or ground yourself. Touch grass.
Okay.
And I guess they're talking about grass, not grass, but grass on the ground.
How'd you do? You got experience, don't you? Yeah.
So,
you play pitch softball. That's how you get experience.
I watched our teammates.
I know it.
All right. So
Jan texted in.
Touch grass.
She said, I'm not an expert on all that you guys are talking about, as you well know, but sports has become a business rather than character building or entertainment for the universities. Sports teams make business decisions for the next year, and that's why they don't finish strong. It's the bottom line dollar, and that's just the way it is. We have to play the game.
Well, the Dallas Cowboys are a classic example of a team that's been good or mediocre or poor for 40 years, but they're bringing in the bucks.
Yep.
And there seems to be no real need to win on a high level.
I know.
They're bringing in the bucks without it. So anyway,
I think Jerry wants to win. He just doesn't know how.
Now, people in our age group, this is more of a touch grass. We would say, lighten up, Francis.
Mm-hmm.
And that's from
Stripes.
Lighten up, Francis. Touch grass. Chill out. So anyway.
But that's a good point Jan makes, is that it's it's just become dollars and business, and Taj made a business decision not to play in the game. What it does to your teammates, I don't how they respond to that. I guess they just think it's great.
All right, and Texter says, in all capitals, turn your phone on silent.
Mm-hmm.
And I did. I turned my computer down. It was making a noise.
It was talking.
And I appreciate you.
I could hear it, but I thought it was your phone.
Well, I didn't think anybody could hear it, so I said, forget it. It's not bothering me that much. But it was bothering him, so we have remedied the situation. All right, I'm going to try to read this because I scanned it and it didn't make a lot of sense to me. In the Arizona Valley, a radio commentator said a famous Tech athlete, pre-Patrick Mahomes, left for the draft as his agent was owed much money by him, such that 'twas an order. I just read it exactly.
Such that 'twas.
Yeah, that's almost Shakespearean. Such that 'twas.
You're going to have to write that different. We don't understand that at all.
Send that in something that's not Shakespearean.
Put that in West Texan.
Put that in West Texan for us, and I will read it again. I promise. Let's see. Wells was a good person. Okay, here we go. Wells was a good person, too. Are coaching decisions made on that basis? Do you want to let your backup play in this blowout so they can get experience? And the answer, he's going to give us the answer.
Oh, good.
He's going to ask the question and give us the answer. And the answer, no.
You don't?
No. Total crap. He elaborated. Yeah. No, total crap. We need a coach who wants real big college coaching decisions. A hardcore leader. Okay. Let's see. All right, Brooks and Kelly are just in it for themselves. We for sure won't remember who Josh Kelly was in several years. I think that's probably safe to say.
Yeah.
Because for me, I'll without a doubt, in 3 years, 2 years, I will not remember. But it's not because he didn't play in the bowl game. It's just because I'm.
Well, you just don't remember. But
we just don't remember.
Josh Kelly, we're not talking about years from now. We're talking about now. And we want him to play now. And this other guy, these guys talking about Coach McGuire, you're gonna eat those words about Coach McGuire. I will promise you this. But you know the truth of the matter is, these people that are lambasting and doing all this, you won't be able to find them because they won't be there. They're not going to be texting back and saying, "Well, I was wrong."
That was just one little text.
No, there's tons of them out there.
They're everywhere.
You need to get on social media.
I do not need to get on social media.
You want to see them? They just come out of the woodwork. If we lose, you need to go back and look. Let's look at our last 5 coaches, and let's look at their first 3 or 4 years, and see where Joey McGuire stacks up in that list. I will tell you, he's at the top.
Oh, I'm a huge Joey McGuire
He's
fan.
At the top of that list. You know, Matt Wells, he was hamstrung, came in after Cliff, didn't have any players, and then COVID. I mean, that was absolutely the worst possible situation to be a head coach, to come in and be a head coach. So that was not fair to him. But Cliff didn't do anything. Everybody, all the Mike Leachers out there, go back and look at how he started.
Wasn't Cliff's the darndest thing? Just an absolute mediocre coach.
Yeah.
And then the pros go, "Hey, we'll take you."
Yeah. It's a head coaching job.
What's the deal there?
And now he's leading the Washington Redskins.
And some people are a lot better assistant coaches than they are head coaches.
He's a great offensive coordinator.
I fell into that category. A lot better assistant coach than head coach. And Cliff, I think, is that way. He's not strung to me as a head coach.
I mean, to me, for a head coach, I don't know what these guys want. I want a guy that can inspire the players, and that is Joey McGuire. He's about as inspirational as you get, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. And I'm 100% glad he is the head coach here. And they always act like he's a high school coach, and he was a great high school coach.
Yeah.
A great one.
Some of your best college coaches were great high school coaches.
Exactly.
Almost all of them. Okay, that commentator's show was preceded by the opener words, "He knows more about the Cardinals than the Cardinals know." Okay. That's about the Arizona Valley radio commentators talking about pre-Patrick Mahomes, the player left for the draft because he owed his agent money.
But anyway, we're in a good place right now. And all these guys we're getting a lot of these guys coming in because of money, no question about it. But somebody's got to go talk to these players.
You know, I'm only going to read this next one.
And I want Joey McGuire to go.
I'm only going to read this next one because I know it's going to irritate you.
Good.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Irritate me.
You on TV, take a look. Watch David as I read this next text, all right? I'm sorry you on the radio can't see this. Let's see. I'm going to read it the way it was written, I think. I'm interpreting.
Okay.
Are you kidding me? Rewarding an 8-4 team with a bowl game? We barely beat ACU and beat Sisters of the Poor in UNT.
Yeah, that's great.
That's a great text.
Yeah, that is. An 8-4 team.
Okay, and this next texter says Marshall dropped out and La Tech was invited. Marshall, I think, had so many players leaving.
Yeah.
You know, they just said, hey.
That's how La Tech got in with only 5 wins.
Yeah. And I think they had really good academics. I really think they did.
They did good in the classroom?
I think that helped the decision that they weren't just a bunch of. Let's see. I'm going to read this without reading it. I didn't proof it, so. Let's see. Texter says, when Joey said we have been practicing hard and I would really be surprised if we don't play well, was the kiss of death. He said that's high school BS. So anyway, no, I guarantee you can think your team's working hard and you can think they're ready to play, and then all of a sudden, it's a fine line between winning games like that and losing. We could have won that game last night if just a couple of things flop around the other way, but they didn't. Speaking of flopping. All right, we got our friends, the Cardinals, over last night. So Terry and Beth are sitting over on this couch, and our defensive end goes running over there,
or whatever he was,
he's going over to tackle the quarterback who's rolling out, and he falls down.
He does fall down. He slipped.
Anyway, he falls down, and I just yelled. I asked David what he did when it happened, and he did the same exact thing. I verbally yelled at the TV. I said, "Get up!"
I did too. I said those very words.
Did they come out of your mouth?
Yeah. I said,
audible?
Yeah, get up.
Get up. And Beth looks over at me like, "Well, Gary, he can't hear you."
He completed a long pass.
And Terry said he's trying to get up.
He's trying to get
Well, he needs to try faster. Because if he gets up, I think he can knock the ball down. Unless he falls down again.
Falling down. It was pretty funny. He just went out there and fell over.
Once it got through not being funny, it was pretty funny.
Yeah,
we ran it back.
They'll probably show it in the team meetings.
And I don't know why over the years I hadn't figured out that I can yell "get up" and it ain't gonna help.
No,
he's not gonna get up because I yelled "get up." But it came out of my mouth and it was fairly loud.
There's there. Steve Pitts just sent us this. Texas Tech football fans took to social media after losing the Liberty Bowl game. They didn't proof that. Speaking of proofing,
we loosed it.
And we do. But there's not, y'all. There's not that many. And most people are extremely supportive of Texas Tech, and they know. Was I disappointed yesterday? You bet I was. I was disappointed that our secondary didn't have more help. That our guys, we needed them back there.
My gosh, there were times they'd run a pattern and you go, well, certainly we had 11 guys out there. Where are the guys that are supposed to be right here?
That running back out of the backfield, there wasn't a guy within 30 yards of him.
So
maybe they fell down.
Certainly somebody's supposed to be over here. I wonder where he went.
He copped it out.
Oh, you know what? People that are still gnashing their teeth and all are getting real irritated with us. The fact that we've moved on. It's time to move on. You too will move on as you age. You'll just say, okay. Texter says, did we not offer an insurance policy like Shadir and Hunter both got to Taj Brooks? I have no idea. No. I didn't even know he wasn't playing until 30 minutes before the game. So I have no idea.
They're both playing. Shadir and Travis Hunter are both playing. I just wonder what kind of effort you're going to get. I was listening on the way in, and the guy that was talking about these prop bets, all these prop bets you can bet now. Will he get?
Well, it seemed like you could fix some of those. You could say, hey, we need to.
But they said, whatever you do, don't bet Travis Hunter's prop bets because who knows what kind of effort you're going to get tonight.
I wasn't impressed when he was here in Lubbock. I mean, he was the Heisman Trophy winner, and we saw him play here in Lubbock, and I didn't leave there going, whoa, that was something.
Yeah. Who are you pulling for in that game? Colorado and BYU.
Oh, you know what? Probably BYU, but maybe Colorado. I don't know. I'll probably watch part of it and see. I go sometimes on attitudes of players. If they got a bunch of jerks, it's real hard for me to pull for them. So I'll probably pull for BYU, although we didn't play them this year. And just because you're a Mormon or going to a Mormon school does not mean you're not a jerk. Necessarily.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying, because I think Colorado's got some jerks. I saw some jerks when they played here in Lubbock.
Yeah.
That I wasn't, that I didn't particularly care for.
Well, they're favored by 3.
Okay. Okay, I'll answer your question. I will pull for whoever I bet on.
All right.
Okay.
See, and that's what's happened to our world, y'all. We lose loyalty. Right. There's probably people at Texas Tech that pulled for the other team.
Where would the loyalty be on BYU Colorado?
No,
you got to bet, and so you care.
Well, I'm not betting on Colorado. I'm talking about the Tech fans that voted on the other side.
Well, I would have, but my friend wouldn't let me.
Oh.
Because it was worth it to me.
And then you're pulling for the other team.
If I bet $100 on
how. That's the song that's playing.
Is it?
How.
It would have been worth it for us to beat Arkansas. I'd lose $100 on that. But if Arkansas is going to beat us, give me $100. But we didn't do that. We bet on Tech.
So, yeah. Oh, you did?
Yeah. And that's the kiss of death when I bet on Tech.
Yep.
Anyway.
So you cost us.
I'm only one man. Oh, here, I'm going to read this real quick because this is sort of I love this text. Bunny Bednarz was my junior high English teacher.
I can see her
Puts
being
it all
a junior
in perspective.
English teacher. I really can. She's a sweetheart.
You've been listening to the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3. Catch the show live Saturday mornings from 9 to noon on Double T 97.3 FM or on the Double T 97.3 mobile app.